Or we would be if, since I got out of the world, my freaking camera doesn't show up over here. Since it was kicked out. Thank you, VR Chant. There we go. Okay. Now we're good. Now we're ready to begin. Right? After a numerous amount of bullshit. Basically. So we have a couple of articles, basically, that we can go over for the gaming portion. Question is, what do we want to start on? Because we have World of Warcraft Classic, Pokemon Masters, Gears of 5, Castle Crashers, some news on that, Borderlands, and then another article on World of Warcraft, since it's got a lot of articles going around right now. A lot of interesting pictures, too, that I have found. But, I think we'll start off with a lot of classic stuff, get that out of the way and stuff. Which, Gray has experience with the WoW Classic game. So, because he actually played it with Kiwi and Shadow, which is an interesting prospect. So we'll allow him to say his experiences with it, because you played it on day 1, I do believe, or around close.
Day 2.
Day 2. Yeah, you played it in the first week.
Yeah.
Basically. But with WoW Classic launching and stuff, there's all the servers are just filled. I mean, hell, there's people that have like 10,000.
There's a lot of fucking people.
There's a lot of people. There's like
people.
You can be in a queue of 10,000 others in front of you. There's just a lot of fucking people. And then like 5-hour wait time too to get into the game. It's like, oh god. A lot of fucking people.
I mean, if you want, I can just segue into it at this point.
Pretty much.
I
You have
mean,
more experience.
pretty much me, Healer, and Shadow. For some of the quests we had to do, we had to wait. What probably felt like an hour to finally finish what would probably take like a 10-minute quest.
Yeah.
Because the sheer amount of players that are out there doing that quest.
Yeah.
We had to pretty much learn where monsters spawned and be watching it with the eagle eyes, be ready to just jump on it.
Right.
And of course, you know, there was other people that would just ruin it because there'd be people that are at a higher level because of how WoW Classic is.
Mm-hmm.
If you do more damage than someone, you control the hate of it, and then it's set as theirs, and that person, say, even if you did the opening attack, you're not going to get experience for it. They're going to get the credit for it. So, at one point, we were in an area trying to do a quest, and there was this level 9 that was just killing mobs. And guess what? We would tag mobs, then they would tag it, and then it's theirs. We can't do anything about it. We lost that mob.
Right. But,
And killing mobs was not the worst of it. Collection quests are the absolute worst.
Right. Because how many people are taking shit from you? Just grab it before you... I mean, literally on this article, there's literally a fucking picture of just people in a fucking straight line to kill an NPC.
I'm surprised they got that organized for it, to be honest.
Yes, I'm really
I
surprised.
would have said fuck the line.
Yeah. It's like, oh god. And then, of course, with being so many people. There was like 1,000 or over 1 million viewers for just the WoW category alone for Classic on freaking Twitch.
I
Which
can
is
believe
like,
it.
damn. And it's like, what the fuck? Like,
Get fucked, Fortnite.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, pretty much. And it's just like, even if its server capacity is increased by a few thousand, there's likely not going to be put much of a dent in a figure queue. It's like, oh.
Nope.
It's like, damn, man. Like, you just have, even if they prepped the servers and everything, you cannot
You can't
be
prepare for
ready
that
for that. You
influx.
cannot be prepared for a 5-figure amount of people trying to join a server. It's like, damn, man. And the Lion, you were playing on the Lion side, and that was bad. Fucking VRChat controls. And the Horde was worse.
Yeah.
The Horde has
That's back when the
had
Horde was
way more
good.
people. Yeah.
Or good in the sense that, people like the characters. Nobody likes
Yeah.
fucking Sylvanas.
Not anymore, anyway.
Fucking eco-terrorist.
Right? But it's like, oh jeez. It's just, oh, like trying to play that in the first week is just insanity. Basically, it's like, why even try? At that point.
I mean, that's why we're glad we're on a PvP world. That way, if, when we get into higher levels, people start trying to steal our mobs, we just fucking kill them.
Right? Just fucking murder them. Like, why not?
You stole my mob, I steal your life.
Yeah, the World of Warcraft attracts over 1 million coherent or concurrent Twitch viewers for launch day. It's like, Jesus. Blizzard is being like it's in 2004 right now. It literally is the caption of this article. It's like, damn. So to give context, the average concurrent viewers before it WoW Classic launched was like 34,000 viewers in a given week. On launch day, it was like over 1 million. And it's like, holy shit. Which, given WoW Classic is a separate version. Yeah, it's kicking ass. Even people who don't play MMOs were on the bandwagon for it, basically.
I mean, this case, it could have been people that played WoW back in the day, stopped playing MMOs, and decided to come back.
That too. It's like all nutty shit. Like, you have like MMOs and stuff, like, then you have the WoW Classic, which is just kicking ass with how many viewers it has. So like everyone just immediately jumps onto the bandwagon, especially when it has like over 1 million freaking viewers. So it's like, might as well. The only thing is like, with those 1 million viewers, who's gonna go to the more popular streamers though? First off. So.
I was gonna click the first one they see.
That too. Which, if you ever look at Twitch's listings, it's always the one that has the more viewers goes up in the top listing. So that's how that Twitch viewers list, or the Twitch category list, goes, usually with channel streaming. So, but WoW Classic certainly is something for getting that many viewers. Like,
I mean, my thoughts are actually like, what happened to like the regular WoW players. Like they jumped straight up
probably
to the WoW
jumped to the
Classic
Classic.
tech thing and just abandoned the regular WoW game itself.
Well, a lot of people weren't
Probably.
exactly happy with the current WoW
I mean, I didn't like it
version.
either.
So they probably went like, oh yeah, Classic's back. Fuck yeah, go right back to that. And it's like, oh boy. It's like, I was in the Discord channel when they were playing, and they were just losing their fucking minds. It was like, they were on the one class, and it was like an hour and 30 minutes in, and they hadn't gotten really shit anywhere. It was just, oh. It was kind of funny to listen in on that. It was pretty funny. And it's like, oh, Jesus Christ, though. How just nuts all around. But, other than much than that, like, WoW Classic hasn't really gotten anything else. Like, it only has, like, oh, this certain thing or this certain thing. And it's like, it hasn't had, like, oh, it's... No articles are really talking about anything else besides, like, some minor points. And then just the day one stuff. Basically. And, I don't know. It's like, I heard about it. It's like, WoW Classic. Okay, that's fine. That's interesting, but overall, it doesn't really matter for me. I don't really like, play MMOs, really. I mean, I played once before, or a couple of times, but it's like, I didn't get anywhere. Not anywhere else, anyway.
Probably would be the same for me if I play MMOs. Mostly because I just don't have a team. So I literally just straight up quit within the first few days. Or just not even try.
Right. Got a message on. There we go. But, it's like, hot diggity damn, dude. Like, WoW is probably still gonna be in, like, the category of one of the better, or pretty much best MMOs out there. No matter what, at this point. So, it's like,
yeah, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any
Especially since
any
it was the
other
one that kind of made MMOs popular. So.
The only one that can compete against WoW is WoW itself. From what I know.
I don't know about that.
No. I
I'm sure Final Fantasy 14 is doing pretty good up there.
Oh yeah.
It has its own MMO, which is doing pretty okay right now.
Yeah. Maybe that would probably be the overall one competes. Yeah, you're right. I kind of forgot about that. My friend literally plays a lot of Final Fantasy 14. I don't know why, but he's the one that enjoys it. I just usually just watch him play or actually go to visit him. I'm like, I don't even know how many hours he's already put into it.
Right? Which, now we can go from the WoW and talk about, like, the Borderlands 3, which is still going to be releasing on Epic Game Store.
It's Epic Games exclusive.
Oh, trust me, a lot of games that are really good are on
Epic.
Epic. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of good
If
games.
you're ordering console, it doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter for console, but for PC, it's just like, you gotta get it on Epic Games Store exclusively. You're not gonna get it anywhere
Well, I mean,
else.
it will come out on Steam
until,
after
like,
a year.
It's going to come on Steam just later.
Yeah, after a year.
But like, and maybe until like sometime later, like a year later. So that was about to get to that.
It's like 3 months, isn't it?
I don't know.
3 months? I thought it was a year.
I think so.
Sure. Just sometime later, that's all we know. So, I don't know.
But I do know it's on the Epic Game Store for a period of time before it launches on Steam. So, and it's like, yeah, well.
Yeah.
But one thing that Borderlands 3 will be doing is bringing back True Vault Hunter and add a new Mayhem endgame mode. Is what they're going to be doing. It's like, so basically endgame will also open the doors to Guardian ranks, a progression system similar to the Badass ranks in Borderlands 2, with rewards for completing various challenges. And then and a new Mayhem mode that randomizes various gameplay elements. When you combine Mayhem mode, True Vault Hunter mode, and Guardian rank progression with the highly replayable Proving Grounds and Circle of Slaughter arenas, Borderlands 3 Endgame has a lot to offer.
Pretty much
So it looks like Borderlands 3 is going to be hopefully a pretty good sequel.
I mean, people have been waiting for it ever since 2.
We already had the pre-sequel.
Yeah.
Attention, we are being followed. Charlie dispatched the welcome drones.
God damn it. It's like,
At least they had a game that came to 3 on their, like, just a couple of other certain games. Portal 3.
I don't know.
Half-Life 3.
Left
4 Dead 3.
Thank you for the
follow.
Really appreciated. But yeah,
Portal.
Yeah, which I don't think Portal's ever going to get a new game at this rate.
And Half-Life 3 is just a myth.
Half-Life
Actually,
3
isn't it Half-Life 2 Part 2? Actually, in this case? Not 3?
I don't know. I've just kind of stopped looking into information on like Half-Life 3 or whatever the hell that it is or whatever because like Valve hasn't made a game in so long and probably never will because Steam does so well, so because it still has a market.
I think they gave up a game industry like a long time ago.
Right now, the only one that could go against Steam is probably Epic Game Store because it's an okay platform, but it still needs to update a few things, of course, because it's a relatively new platform. Which the reason why they're doing so well is because a lot of developers go to them because they also don't take as much of the profits as Steam does. So, like a lot of developers are actually defending Epic Game Store because of that. Because they have a good system in place for the developers of games instead of Steam. So it's like...
Yeah, but then there's the other issue with Epic Game Store, though, at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Which
malware on your computer. And leaking files.
Oh, installing the store app, so maybe not. We're not stealing your files. It's selling them online or throwing them online. Oh boy, I don't know. That's from what I heard, and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Just think twice about installing that. And
yeah, but that is if allegations are true, who knows at this rate, because people just do witch hunts no matter what the thing is a lot of the times.
I actually do have the Epic Games launch. I might have gotten my information already. Damn it.
Well, even if it did, it wouldn't get past my security software because my security software detects that shit. Or at least my...
I don't got that, so I'm fine.
Well, mine basically, like...
The only reason why I installed it... That's how you go ahead.
Yeah, mine's solid and making sure nothing happens. The only issue with my security software is it likes to screw over my games a lot because I have to make them so that they go through the firewall. I haven't done it.
I just work with Windows Defender.
I use Bitdefender.
That gets the job done for me. I don't know, because I never visit any shady sites.
I don't either.
Fuck with Epic Game Store, so I'm pretty much alright.
Right. But
The only reason why I got the Epic Games Store was just to play like one game that it had exclusively in there. I'm not sure if it's even available on the everything else, but I think it was like Satisfactory because it was like early access for the Epic Games Store. So
yeah.
that's the reason why I got that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it.
Right.
It's actually a pretty decent game.
There's another game that's exclusive on the Epic Game Store, and it's called Control. I've been watching a Let's Play of it. It looks actually like a pretty interesting game, honestly. Which, basically, the story is like there's in this world there's some. It's kind of like the SCP Foundation in a way, but they have their own mythos and stuff, and how they're doing things. So like, a lot of the things is there's the Federal Bureau of Control from the government, basically, that kind of deals with the paranormal, if you will. And it's kind of an interesting story so far. I should enjoy the Let's Play I've been watching. Would I get it? Probably not. Not really something I would care about or spend money on right now. But if I were to get it, I would probably get it, but I don't have the money right now. Or really the time to spend on that game, let alone any others. Because of all the learning I've done with frickin' making models at this point. And also trying new things. So, it's like...
You tell me, I literally just bought like the overall like complete edition of like for $18. I literally wanted that game before, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get the whole package for just $18. And I'm like, hey, that's really good. So
it's a nice deal, but like,
time, though, so I literally took advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, I did want to check out the game before, but I don't know when I'll probably do that. I'll get to it sometime.
Sometime. Yeah.
Sometime. I'm not sure when, but sometime.
Sometime. But another interesting game that's actually getting a remaster for the Switch is Castle Crashers. Castle Crashers remastered for September 17th.
It's not even remastered for everything. They gotta switch everything.
The thing is, though, does it really need a remaster, though? I mean, it plays just fine still.
I don't know, but
they just call it a remaster because they're porting it to Switch.
I mean, I'm thinking. Let me read this a little bit. I know that so basically, it'll have some various improvements and performance updates, such as 60 frames per second gameplay and improved textures. The Switch version also utilizes the system's HD Rumble feature for player local. So it will have some various improvements. I'm guessing is what this says. So granted, the original was launched 2008 for X. Let's see here. So made its way back to Xbox One in 2015. It's like,
more than a decade for sure.
Castle Crashers is so old. It's
So
such a fun
still,
game,
you know,
though.
To be fair, so is WoW.
So is WoW. But it is like, it's such a fun ass. God damn it. Fucking VR chat bullshit. Step to a chair. Stop moving me. But, yeah, it's like an interesting. Actually, I know what I can do. Here we go. It's like Castle Crashers is such a fun game though, and I really do need to play that again at some point. Now I think about it, like it's a relatively
I mean,
affluent
it's on
game.
sale at the moment.
I still have
For
it.
the weekend, so it's like going for.
Yeah, I have it on Steam.
It's just going for a really cheap price, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Castle Crashers is launching on September 17th for Nintendo Switch with a PS4 version to follow. Interestingly. So it's like an interesting game that's going to be on Switch. So that's going to be like...
It's gonna be a fun game probably on the Switch.
I think it will fit real well on the Switch. I think that's a game that can fit real well on the
Yeah,
Switch.
I think.
So let's talk Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. With all the, like, a lot of things are just going on with Cyberpunk, like, so much shit. I wish I could bring up that news article, but for some reason I'm having issues. Like, Cyberpunk just has, like, so much things going on. I don't know, like, what's going on with that game.
The one thing I remember, because I somehow accidentally closed up my browser, is they're talking about how there's a hacking minigame in there with hexagonal matching squares. Yay.
Right. But, like...
And I get it, yeah, hacking. All right, why are all hacking minigames the same, though?
I don't know. Who knows?
I did that shit in Spider-Man. I did that shit in Warframe. I want something different.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, it's like, hacking is just like, for some reason they just choose that. Maybe because it's like, it's easier to do. Who fucking knows? But like, apparently, like, there's gonna be surprise vehicles alongside, aside from cars and motorcycles that haven't been seen yet for the game. And of course, like Skyrim, it has fast travel, but you can also walk or drive anywhere you need to go. So it's like, okay, fair enough, so it's gonna allow that fast travel. It's like, I wish they could also have a setting where it turns off fast travel, though. You can just choose not to fast travel.
Fast travel makes things go quicker. Unless you probably won't take me, so that, I guess that makes sense.
You can disable fast travel with Skyrim. You know how much frickin' shenanigans you can get into? A lot of shenanigans.
To be honest, I've never actually played big games like that.
Ruin all the random events you can just find out in the world.
Yeah, it really does. It's like, you find a lot of interesting stuff in Skyrim if you don't fast travel. I've done that. It's like, oh, I didn't even know this was here, probably because I've been fast traveling everywhere. So it's like, find a lot of interesting stuff. So it's like, fast travel is a nice feature, sure, if you want to just go somewhere and not have to walk there, but like, imagine all the stuff you can find. So apparently, one thing that they have in the game, or that they're gonna have, is your character background unlocks unique dialogue options. So your customization apparently will matter on what you do with your character. On the background.
Does it mean multiple endings?
Don't know. It just says unique dialogue options. So you can probably do, like, if your character has a certain background, you do a dialogue that is different from, say, you do a different background. So it's like, say you're more of a brute, you probably do more threatening dialogues than if you were not. Basically.
It's true.
But,
Usually there's unique dialogues. The first thing that always comes to mind is like multiple endings. And so like, oh,
well, I'm pretty sure they
that
probably
always
have.
actually gets my attention.
Yeah. Maybe they'll have multiple endings.
I
Who
don't know,
knows?
it's
But, like,
like,
yeah, we'll have to see whenever a game launches, which I cannot remember the launch date. If they even have one out. I can't remember the last time I looked it up.
It's just pop that over. It's like,
Right. But,
16 to 2020 apparently. I don't know.
yeah.
Next
I
year.
think it is, like, next year or somewhere,
Next year.
but, yeah. I mean,
In my case, I haven't really been following because I'm too busy
yeah.
anticipating other games.
Right. I haven't really looked too much into it. I mean, I like found some news here and there, and it's like interesting, and then looked somewhere else and stuff. And yeah, it's like a lot of the stuff I've seen is like, well, it's an interesting looking game, but I'm not really like, oh, I gotta get this though. I'm not really that type of person. Unlike someone I know, but. So it's like, but with a lot of the customization, it's like at least they are allowing like customization to a degree and stuff, instead of like you're the set person, you got to do this and shit.
You're Adam
Instead.
Jensen.
Yeah.
You
You're
don't
Adam
know
Jensen.
what
You got to
to
go
do.
into work and do your job. It's like I don't wanna.
I didn't ask for this.
I didn't ask for this. Apparently they're gonna have gun skins attachments and stuff, like gun skins, which is interesting. I don't know why you always have to have gun skins, but so
It's always gonna be a thing, then.
yeah, and attachments such as scopes and
It does-
silencers. Well, that's a given. That's gotta have something like that if you're gonna have like guns in your game in general. Like it's just a main now. You gotta have to have it. But let's see.
I mean,
here.
what kind of game would you be if you don't?
Yeah, I do find funny with Cyberpunk 2077 is like in the gameplay video, like was it the 15 gameplay minute video or whatever with IGN? There's like literally like YouTube's doing all of its fucking damn it fucking bullshit. But YouTube's doing all of its fucking bullshit with not wanting, oh, you can't do nudity or anything like this, but in like the fucking IGN freaking 15-minute video, there's literally on the one character there's boobs just showing. It's like the fuck. It's
Like, maybe no one will notice.
I don't know.
Just pretend
They didn't
it's
even
not
censor
there.
that shit.
Well, see, the thing is, here it is. If no one makes a big deal of it, it can probably
Mhm.
pass unnoticed.
Pretty much, yeah. And if it's especially if it's a company and or something, then it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, but YouTubers don't get a break at all. The content creators.
So they hyper-analyze
Mhm.
videos of content creators.
Yep, yeah, they do.
Or, excuse me, the bot analyzes it.
Yeah, the fucking stupid ass bot does. Which the bot just. I don't know. It's like,
There's no discrimination or separation.
nope.
Bot.
Bot is a dick. So I don't know. It's like it's stupid.
Stupid.
Well, video can even be private, and it still freaking copyrights your video, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yep, happened to me.
Happened to me. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Same here.
Like, asshole. Like, what the hell? Yeah, YouTube shit is just getting annoying more and more. It really is. That's why I don't really stream on YouTube and or YouTube videos that much anymore. Various reasons. And then it was like, it's like a lot of the gaming community is getting to a point where it's like they're making a big deal out of everything, I feel. And it's like, ugh, why?
No, the problem is with the gaming community is that the feminists and people that are snowflakes have way bigger voice than they should.
Yeah.
They're not listening to the actual players. Because the people that complain about it probably don't even play the games, but they listen to them anyways and adjust accordingly. Like, what was it?
Yep.
With Battlefield, the more recent one, that was like the World War one, I believe it was, or World War II.
So, yeah.
The fact that, you know, complaining that there weren't female soldiers in it.
Yeah, it was, but yeah,
Oh
it
yeah,
was
that's
Battlefield 5, yeah. And it's like, there were no fucking female soldiers in World War II, though.
Well, guess what? They caved.
Yep. Which ruins the frickin' aspect of the game, considering it's World War II, not frickin'... Yeah. Not, there goes history, huh? Because history is just getting rewritten.
At least one thing I can say I'm glad is about, like, the new... I'm going to segue into another game here at this point.
Yeah.
Just letting you know now. Is that with Modern Warfare, the one that's coming out in October, they decided they're not giving a fuck what people say, because, as my one friend put it, they're doing the whole no Russia mission mentality. They don't care if it's controversial. That's what war is.
War is not nice. War is fucked in many
Which makes me incredibly happy.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you go into the battlefield, you have to basically go in with your mind free of everything, because, like, even sure, yeah, you can do a controversial thing, but if you don't do it, you could also cost your own life. So you either go in
People have killed child soldiers in Iraq. It's a thing that happens.
It's an unfortunate thing.
They don't want to do it, but they have to because, they're brainwashed.
Well, there's an interesting thing, basically, that I found a while back, and that's so basically, you go into war, you kill a man. You're not in war, you kill a man. You go to jail because you killed a man when you're not in war, but you don't do. There's nothing repercussion when you do it in war.
Yep.
Still killing a person. Still in technical. And it's like, the only difference is that guy will kill you if you don't kill him. And there's only in, at least, not even recently, like, I think, was it World War I that basically there was a mass ceasefire? But, like, so far you haven't heard anything like that for modern day, really. And that was for Christmas. Like, Christmas night was World War I. World War II, nothing. Modern day fighting, no, nothing like that. And I can't remember the thing for World War I either. It's like, times change, man. Times change. Especially since it gets more bloodier and bloodier and just more worse. Of how...
Well, no, in this case, it doesn't get more bloody. It gets more charred.
Yeah, basically.
People get more sensitive.
A lot more bombs and missiles used these days.
It's never really... Like, I was watching this one video where basically it was for, like, the game World of Warships, but there was actually some interesting information in there where basically you look at the battleships from way long ago, which had the cannons and stuff. They don't use them anymore because it's just better to use missiles and cruise missiles and stuff like that. And it gets to a point where it's not going to be frontal fights anymore. It's just going to be missiles, pretty much. Or frickin', you just don't really have soldiers on the front lines really anymore as much for that. So it's like, it gets to a point where, what is war anymore?
Nukes.
Yeah, basically.
Explosions.
But you can't use nukes relatively that much anymore. Partially because there's that whole treaty after World War II that says you can't really use nukes.
That's not going to stop North Korea from trying.
No, it won't. It won't. And the only reason North Korea is still around is because China helped them out during that war. So, but yeah, it's definitely interesting.
But yeah, Call of Duty Modern Warfare looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does. Like, and that's on the BattleNet that you can get it. It's like $60. Of course,
Yep,
it's
comes out,
it's an
the
EA
beta
title game.
closed beta for it for pre-ordering comes out the 13th of September. The game itself comes out in October.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember just watching the trailer for it, and that just sold it for me right there because of just how like detailed it was on actual modern combat in in war.
Right.
And like in this case, you know, there's not gonna be like kids running around sliding everywhere with like all the previous Call of Duties. They can't do that because this is more so when you slide, it's gonna be used for getting to cover.
Right. So it's pretty much going back to its somewhat roots.
Its roots.
Yeah.
And this is the first Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare 2 to have a new engine on.
Right. So,
This one's been on a brand new engine.
Yeah. Which it looks like an interesting game. I might get it. Maybe. It depends on what they have in the game and stuff, so.
I need to look more into it, because I personally love Modern Warfare 2. That was like my favorite game from like Call of Duty before.
Right.
Modern Warfare 3, I guess it was probably like okay. You know, it's not the like same type of feeling or but I had Modern Warfare 2 more than I did 3, so
Right.
it remains with me. So I still need to like check out when I got time though.
Of course, was it the other controversy they ran into is with the fact that they're including white phosphorus in the game. Just it shouldn't be a controversial thing. It's a thing that's used still.
Oh, Jesus.
You good?
It's just that,
Yeah.
holy fuck. Well,
Oh, what happened?
interesting.
Oh, I think something just happened. I think.
uh, hold on a minute. Let me just.
Okay, since he's doing that thing, I'll take over for a minute. I'll talk about a game.
Hey, go over for a minute. Go ahead.
So next weekend, Monster Hunter World Iceborne's coming out.
Here you go for y'all Monster Hunter players out there. I don't even
Welcome
know
to the
the
stream, by
keys.
the way. Gotta clear that, though.
What?
Okay.
I
But,
don't even have the game, so I'm like, I can't really do anything about it.
Right.
I heard it's pretty
So-
good, you know?
Initially,
I feel like
before
it's
they
gonna be too
released
much
a
for
bunch
me.
of trailers this month, there was like they're only showing a few monsters, and then they suddenly, within like the last 3 weeks, they bombarded trailers and trailers and trailers of all the new monsters and all the new areas. And while this is going to be the only like expansion for it, this is nothing new for like the Monster Hunter series with Capcom. They always do one game and then they add a big expansion update. Usually, in this case, it was sold as a separate game, but in this case, since it's on consoles, they can just add as a big old expansion pack.
I wonder how much memory that's gonna take for the consoles. That's my question.
Yeah. which we have to get some other person into Monster Hunter so they can catch up. But
But in this case, it's going to take a while for the PC to get it.
It's gonna take a while for PC to get that to get it. Yeah, buddy.
So pretty much after next weekend, if you guys don't hear from me for about a week or two, you know why.
Is it Monster Hunter? Get him out of there!
I'll probably have to play Monster Hunter a little bit and stuff.
It's too late with Boston.
Right? One of the things I would have to catch up and stuff
I don't
too.
know.
Monster Hunter is looking better when it gets more expansion and stuff like that. So it's like, it'd be interesting to get back into it with that. It's like it just takes a while for Monster Hunter to get the other stuff, basically, or to get the things.
You like
Well,
new
in this case,
updates in
because
general?
it's a brand new. Well, it's because it's a whole new beast of a game. In this case, opposed to all the others.
Yeah.
It's running on a whole new engine with better graphics than it's ever been before. You know, different mechanics. They have to create fresh brand new skeletons.
Yeah.
For all the monsters.
I mean, it's doing pretty well. I would say so myself.
It's
not
the best
doing
monster I've ever
terrible,
done.
but
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, better than the other ones. I'm pretty.
Yeah.
No,
definitely.
not just better than the other ones. Like it's. Didn't it win in like a game of the year for something? Didn't it?
I think so. I
So,
think it did.
Yeah, that was literally unheard of before.
Yeah. But Monster Hunter is a fun game, but it definitely needs to be played with like friends and stuff.
Yep.
Because like
And
for
anyone
yeah.
that wants to give it a try and not buy it, currently there is a Iceborne beta for PS4 and Xbox that is lasting till the 2nd of September.
Yeah. Be able to play it then.
I'll try it out. I don't know.
But with me not having an Xbox or a PS4, I cannot do that. But I have the
Can't.
remaining, so
I
whenever
can't
they
either.
put it in. Yeah, so whenever they put it in, I can get up to that point.
I don't know. Probably tomorrow I'm gonna try it. This start offline game.
Right.
Sells for 4 days more. 16 hours and 56 minutes and 18 seconds at this moment.
Right. Why does it count down to the seconds?
It's because literally I have it here, like how much long the sale is going, and it's literally for 4 more days, 16 hours, 56 minutes, and 0 seconds.
I'll smack you. Get
No,
out
it really has a timer. It really has a timer. I sent you the link as well.
I know. You don't need to have it right there though.
You need to give us all those details. You could have just stopped the thing for 4 days.
Could have just said 4 days.
I'm not telling you retarded, okay? I don't think. I'm sorry.
I don't know, it looks like you haven't had sleep in like fucking a week.
With those dark lines in your eyes.
That's the kind of the whole point. I like to sleep. I get very little, but fine.
You're falling asleep on my table.
I'm not. Jesus Christ.
It's the last table. Don't want a chance of shattering it.
It's not like I can get a replacement. It's not like there's an IKEA on this island.
IKEA's shit furniture, though.
Yeah, yes it is. It is shit furniture.
People just go on about it because it's cheap.
Mm-hmm. It's really cheap.
And it's everywhere.
I remember watching a frickin' what was it, a Let's Play video where basically they just took a fucking hatchet to one and there was like cardboard in the middle of the fucker. And so it's like, oh Jesus. I kid you not, it was literally like cardboard in the middle and just wood on top and shit. It's like, what the fuck? Like they literally broke the fucking table. Which I don't think they meant to right out the beginning, but they fucking broke it. I think it was Let's Play. can't remember exactly. Yeah, it was one of the freaking crazy ass YouTube groups out there. It was kind of funny. But good enough of that. Which Gears of War 5 apparently gonna be a bit more open world and expansive for this one, for the campaign. Yeah. So it's basically, it isn't, so the studio isn't aiming for a true open world experience, but it is similar to like Red Dead Redemption or Far Cry 5, or the Far Cry franchises, basically. So it's like, instead of just linear pathing, they're going for more openish world. So that's like interesting as well. We're going to be interesting.
I wouldn't know. I stopped following the series after 3.
Yeah, I pretty much did too. I've only was watching YouTube videos though, or YouTube Let's Plays for the franchise. Never really did get into it.
Yeah.
But like, Far Cry 5 does look interesting, but it's like, I wonder when they are gonna wrap up the story.
Wait, Far Cry 5?
Far Cry. Far Cry, Gears of War 5.
I think Gears of War.
Well, both of those though, is like, are going so long, and like, they don't ramp up or wrap up a lot of the, like, Far Cry 5 I think is many stories, yeah, but it's like, jeez.
Yeah, it is. I won't say anything.
Which, Gears of War 5, it looks interesting, but like, I just never really got into it. Like, the lore behind, let's say, the Locusts are interesting. Like, apparently the Locusts were made by scientists, so, ironically.
Good job, idiots.
Yep. So it's like, oof. Another story where basically humanity is causing its own destruction. Pretty much. Ironically. But, like, with the Gears of War 5 is like, I don't know, it's like, it's an interesting game franchise, but it's like, I only stay on the sidelines by watching YouTube videos. Not that I don't say to not get it, but like, if you like the games, get it. And it's like, I don't know. Like, the only one I've played was when I had, or I think I still have, basically the access with Microsoft. Gears of War 4, I think? And stuff, so it's like, I didn't even play the storyline, though, for that one. Though, yet. But it's more of a kind of co-op-ish with friends game. Basically. But, let's see here. The next game on these list is Pokemon Masters.
Oh, yeah.
Which, like,
It's a new game for the phone, right?
think so. Which ironically, Pokemon Masters launched
I guess I was supposed to be.
I had an anime trailer and gameplay introduction video. So it's like, oh no. It's like, I don't know, it's like weird though. It's like, Pokemon Masters, why that title exactly? Like, they've come up with like Pokemon Red, Pokemon this. No, it's just Pokemon Masters for this one. Probably because it is for an iOS or Android and shit, but like,
Well, at the same time, they're also already working on the main line with Sword and Shield, though.
Yeah, they're still going with Sword and Shield. It's like, last iOS Pokemon was Pokemon Go, and that flopped after they removed the finding of Pokemon. Basically.
Still doing pretty decent for some people.
Oh, trust me,
Oh,
I've
I've
even
heard.
seen people in my freaking hometown with going for Pokemon because I knew what they were doing with their phones.
Yeah, but at the same time, that game
Don't see
caused
that
a lot of
anymore,
problems in itself.
Mm-hmm. I do know there was a lot of
Yeah.
news articles where basically people were trespassing
Yep.
and stuff like that.
Those are
So,
one of the few problems.
well, for one thing, churches were like a Pokestop. And
But
then,
there was those few churches, it was like, you're not
Yeah.
supposed to be here. I mean,
it's like some of the things they
wow,
kind of
I'm
decided
catching
to
a
do
Mewtwo right now.
weren't exactly smart. So it's like big.
I never got into the game.
I never did either. And partially because my phone wouldn't support it, but also I just don't really care. I don't really care.
Same.
Yeah,
I'm
the only
I
time
did
I liked
support it.
Pokemon was when I was watching the actual Pokemon anime show on TV, which I stopped watching after like 2 seasons.
Of course you did, 'cause it's still going on.
Yeah, it's still going on, and it's the same fucking thing though, over and over, just different Pokemon.
Always with the
different
Pikachu,
Pokemon,
though.
different location. Oh, Pikachu, when are you gonna use that rock to be a Raichu? God damn it.
Never gonna do it.
Why couldn't you mock me? No.
I don't know, it's like, the issue I have with the Pokemon show is just like, Ash is still fucking 10. For one.
Yeah,
And yet
that
he's
is
saved the
true.
world fucking, what,
Conspiracy.
3 times? He's saved the world?
What? Actually, no, he saved it like who knows how many times with all the movies that came out and whatnot. And like all the stuff he's done in every single season and every single
He's also
region.
been a Pokemon Master how many times now, too?
Yeah. It's like,
It's
how
like,
is he still 10? It hasn't even been a fucking year in his goddamn universe.
Also, how is he not, like, rich or something at this point, too?
I don't know. Like, you'd think he'd be pretty damn famous with how many people he's
one
defeated.
year.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
No, he always goes to New Year's and they're like, "Who are you? I'm Ash Ketchum."
But it's just,
It's
Never heard of
the
you.
old age boy that does not age. Run!
it's like, it just doesn't, it's the
Oh
same
god.
fucking thing though, practically. Like, he goes to a new region.
Oh,
He does the
was
exact same
very
shit.
mortality since season 1.
If the show was self-aware in a sense, it's like, oh god, it's that immortal boy that never ages. That's like the three-time Pokemon Master. Run!
Right?
Battle him.
Run!
Run! I don't want to battle his ass.
Here.
He might be new to this region, but he'll kick my
Oh,
ass.
His level 100 Pikachu at me. I only have level 50 total.
I don't know. I don't know anymore with that show. It's still fucking ongoing. He meets new fucking girls that want to fuck him. It's like, God, Jesus Christ, dude. Get a girl already.
Every single one that he's met. Every single one that he's met. All the chicks are like, literally
Never
just
used to be
want
that
the
pandering or
fuck.
bad.
Keep in mind, there was that one movie with the, Latios and Lapios, or whatever the fuck
Oh,
the name is.
Yeah, Latios, that is true. The Latios movie where he literally got like, I think he got a kiss at the end, but he wasn't sure if it was the girl or if it was Latios.
Oh,
And
the
literally just
Pokemon.
transformed into the chick, and it was like, it's like, oh my god, it wasn't the chick or is it the Pokemon?
Yeah.
I don't want to know. Just get that shit out of here.
We're just gonna say
Oh,
yes,
God.
and it was both. It was just both.
It was.
It was both. Got the girl and the Pokemon.
in disguise, but it's also the chick. It was also a chick. And like, look, I see a chick right there. Screw it.
Well, it basically
Same
craves to pretty much both. It can be either the girl or for the furries, the Pokemon.
Oh god.
Pick your poison, boys.
Oh.
Oh, it's like, oh no.
I'm gonna need Larry Last Trump this.
The only thing is like, the issue I have with like that is like now there's only one freaking of those Pokemon left.
Well, the other issues with the show is like, like Ash never keeps like any of his good Pokemon. It's like, no, I'm gonna set you free. What?
Right.
Charizard, don't be free! No, keep Charizard with you, man. What are you doing?
Keep the
The only one he
He's
ever
like the
keeps is
most powerful one
Pikachu.
you have. What? Yes. Why has he kept every the Pikachu but his other Pokemon? It's like his other
Because
Pokemon
Pikachu
are
is
much
his
stronger
buddy.
than his Pikachu, but yet. Oh,
Pikachu was his first Pokemon. He has sentimental value.
That's the only reason he keeps him is because sentimental value.
And let's not forget, Pikachu literally killed Ash in the beginning of Pokemon, and it's actually just been in a coma. That's why he's getting all those girls.
Yeah, totally. He's just in a
Yeah.
coma because
Not that many girls are gonna come on to a 10-year-old boy.
right.
Oh my god.
He's actually in a coma, and his mother just wants him to wake up. He's actually 15.
Wake up! Wake up!
No, he's actually 20 at this point. What do you mean?
Yeah, he'd be actually 20 at this point.
Oh dear god.
He's in a hospital bed.
That's why I like to leave, because I mean, literally Pikachu shocked him in the first episode. It's like, yo, that dude's in a coma. What do you mean? He's just gonna be like, oh, I'm just a little bit chawed.
Yeah, right.
It's a fool getting struck by a lightning bolt. Come on, man.
Yeah.
If you get hit by lightning, you're pretty much not gonna be okay.
I mean, then again, there's those videos of people that like getting struck by lightning and they just get up just fine.
Right.
But that's a rare occurrence.
That's rare as fuck.
Yeah.
It's really rare. It's like, to be fair, it's really rare to get fucking struck by lightning. But, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing you can do about it.
So to tell a tale, you got a cool scar on you.
Yeah.
Hey, check it out. Oh dear god, get that shit. Get away from me. Oh god, that's disgusting. Oh no. It's like all the way inside your head. Oh god, I don't even want to think about it. Terrible.
It's horrible. Horrible. It's like, I don't know.
I think if I were to be struck by lightning, I would have wanted to kill me right then and there. Because I literally would not want a scar. Just literally just marked.
But scars are
There,
cool.
permanently. It's like, oh, it
I
looks.
don't know, man. Lightning bolt scars are pretty cool.
But imagine if it's like much bigger than you thought it would have been.
It's not gonna be
I'm
just on
sure
your
they
head.
are.
There ain't no way.
Yeah.
You understand the lightning bolt travels across your entire body.
Right?
I mean, if you get a vein scars, then it's like, holy god, I'm infamous now.
Yeah.
Hit me again. Oh, does it go back up to the second one?
Right. It's like, oh dear lord. There's, I'm gonna go a little bit off of plan right now, but there's an odd game that I never thought would be coming around, and that's a Blair Witch game. I remember as a kid
Blair Witch.
seeing the frickin' movie Blair Witch, which was a shitty movie. But like, why a game?
I'm not
Your guess is as good as mine.
sure.
I don't know. Like,
There's
I'm
so many
just,
better other horror movies that'd be a good a game than that.
yeah. It's like, why?
Plus, I don't think, I guess it has to be some sort of chronicle-based thing, because there ain't no way that Blair Witch itself, like the basing off the movie, is long enough to form a multiple-hour game.
Yeah. I don't know. Let me see if I can find what. It's actually on Steam too. Its release date. Actually, it is released. It is out.
How do you release? I searched up some
It is
Yes.
released.
footage, and it's like the longest is 3 hours.
Well, let's see what
It's like,
let's see what basically
What's the reviews?
let's see if Steam has some reviews.
True.
Oh, look at that! What do you know? All
Right,
reviews are
Steam
mixed.
money.
Terrible.
All reviews are mixed right now. Let's see here. The first
Oh,
thing that most people probably think about when they hear Blair Witch is some lost people running around in circles in the forest.
Yep.
Snotting up the nose camera shots of a horrified person recording their final monologue for friends and family. Oh fuck! I mean, to be fair, the film was released in 1999, but it still does not. Just no, man.
Well, no, it doesn't hold up because it was. I mean, there's good found footage films.
Yeah,
But
there's
that was
good
not a
ones.
good one. I mean, that was one of the first ones to try it, though. I think, though, at least horror-wise.
Yeah, I think horror-wise at least. But it's like I don't know, man. So like one of the reviews is this game isn't based on the choices you make. Choices are forced upon you. The enemies are weak and
Oh
your
boy, that's already starting off good.
Yeah, the trusty
boy.
old
Oh,
pal
good
bullet
start.
is totally not required for this game. Just a cute addition. That man. Oh. It's like. Oh wow. Freaking like he was like 90% E glitched out on me. Oh jeez. That's not good, man. So the game apparently lasts about 6 hours, by the way. Is what this review says.
That's about right.
Yeah. Oh no, the ending is told through text after the final cutscene.
Oh no,
Oh god, I don't.
you don't do
I want to
that.
see an ending.
You
I
don't
want to
do
see
that
it
these
as
days,
like.
man.
Yeah, it's like, oh no. This is actually a long ass review. As the others have stated, the game is poorly optimized and runs at around 70-80 FPS, running on a medium/low setting on an 8007 CPU, 1070 CPU, and 32 gigabytes of RAM. Or GPU. 1070 GPU. 1070. Damn. 32 gigabytes of RAM too.
That's a lot of RAM.
That's a lot of RAM for a game to run on a
And
70
And
to
still
80.
struggling?
Yeah, it's like, oh no.
What the fuck?
That's a terrible
What
game
is
for
actually
optimization, then.
is the recommended
Yeah, like
Specs.
16.
specs? Intel Core i5. Oh no, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and it actually recommends a GTX 1070.
1070?
1070.
Man, ain't no
GeForce
game in the
GTX
right
1070.
mind recommends a
What?
minimum of 1070 these
Yeah.
days.
Yes.
It has not reached that point yet.
What the hell?
Minimum, actually,
For
mind
bare
you,
minimum.
is the GTX 750 Ti. That's minimum. For minimum. 4 gigabytes of RAM for minimum.
Minimum.
Intel i3, which I don't think frickin' i3s even are market on it anymore.
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know. But like,
I don't know.
it's like, jeez. What a clusterfuck of a game. Of course, there's another fucking NBA 2K coming out.
There's always going to be another
There's
NBA.
always another one. There's
There will always be
always.
FIFA, there will always be NBA, and there will always be an MLB. Those games will
yeah.
never die.
Nope.
True.
Those will never fucking
right.
die. Even if EA dies, FIFA will still be around.
Someone will buy them out and continue it.
Yeah. Maybe they'll make it better.
Even though they
They'll
might
buy
be
them,
the same thing.
just with different players.
Yep.
Yes,
Um,
technically.
So, another game coming out in September by Focus Home Interactive. Going to be relaunched on the Microsoft Store, though. is it looks like an interesting game though is Greedfall, which is another action role-playing game.
Great.
Yeah, it's an action role-playing game. So it's a basically 17th century styled fantasy setting where apparently there's settlers going to a new land, I guess. And this is what I've seen from like gameplay videos and other stuff. And they're having issues with these like I think like witches, or basically people that are attuned to the like nature and can do some witchy stuff.
Face.
But it's a single player video
That was
game,
bad. I'm
only
sorry.
single player. But apparently you'll be able to kind of do some choices and stuff. So it looks like a pretty good game, basically. Of course, we have Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint coming out for 2019
Oh boy,
for
new
October.
Tom Clancy's game.
Yeah. So
Got
there'll be
another one to the franchise, boys.
another Ghost Recon coming out.
Like, how about we get another Splinter Cell game?
It's true.
Right?
Where's my boy from Splinter Cell? We need him to come back.
Yeah. It's like,
Oh boy.
Jesus Christ. There's just like, there's a lot of like triple title games coming out with, for like this year, the end of this year basically.
It's a good year for gaming.
Oh, yeah, basically. Like, there's a lot of good games that are coming out, and then there's also just a lot of bad ones. But that's basically the norm.
There's always going to be bad games coming out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But, one game that is, interestingly, after how fucking long getting an update, is Star Wars Battlefront 2 from EA, finally getting its instant action and fucking co-op shit into the game more.
It's
After
too late.
how fucking long. So it's like, well, sorry, EA, but it's a little too late. I might come and check it out, but I don't know if I'm gonna fucking stay, dumbass. It's like, you've completely ruined your freaking Star Wars chance.
He's already bunker.
Which I think at this point, even EA doesn't want the Star Wars license anymore. It's like, I don't know, it's funny how basically EA literally said on the statement, why do people hate us? I wonder why.
Why don't you ask them yourself? All the list of hate comments I can already see. That's a long
trust
ass
me.
Christmas list.
They would have just like a robot pretty much should be like, yep, people just hate you.
Can't really say much about it.
Yeah. There's a lot of like role-playing games being released this year. A lot of role-playing ones. I think a good amount of them that are like freaking just high on the spectrum. Of course, you have the Outer Worlds being made by Obsidian Entertainment. So that'll be coming out. And the platforms for Outer Worlds would be PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Microsoft Windows, and Xbox One. No Steam, though. I think a lot of people are just going away from Steam on purpose. Who knows?
Those games just
Of course. Yeah, it's like
come on.
interesting. And then you have Luigi's Mansion 3 coming out for Nintendo Switch.
Oh,
I never really thought that there would be
Yeah,
a
that game
Luigi's
isn't-
Mansion 3. I didn't even think there would be a number 2, but hey,
It
what do you
is.
know?
it is true.
Yeah.
Still remember the old days where like people
Mario gets a shitload, a ton of
Yeah,
worlds and
right.
stuff, and then he gets all this shit, and this Luigi just gets a mansion. That's all Luigi gets. Just gets a mansion.
oh, boy needs hours, but like,
In a way. Which they're gonna have a co-op mode feature with the Slime Luigi.
oh
Which they
yeah.
have some interesting mechanics for that actually.
Don't you mean Gooigi?
He's a slime.
Oh yeah.
It's a slime. There's no two ways about it. It's a slime.
Go, Luigi.
That's why I usually don't like chairs, but I have to use it because I'm not in full body. Because my full body hasn't been shipped yet. The dongle I need.
Not getting it till October.
And the full body the new full body I'm not getting
Oh,
until
you're getting
October.
it, right?
Yeah.
Got delayed.
I had the fucking dongle I need to fix my full body I currently have is not even shipped yet. But the world of gaming is actually not that bad for 2018, honestly. 2019, I mean. I'm losing my mind. 2018 was
What
pretty
were you
bad.
looking at like you wait, what?
Sorry, I was looking at a different day.
19.
But yeah, so for 2019, which really blew by pretty fucking fast so far, is actually not that bad for gaming. Besides the drama with the frickin' we've had, but there's always drama though. Always.
And with the resurgence of video games cause violence yet again.
Yeah, which ironically should have been killed off the first fucking time that happened. But for some reason, it's come back.
I mean, it's gonna always resurge, probably.
Yeah, basically. It's like, for fuck's sakes.
'Cause, I mean, think about it this way, Dungeons and Dragons had to deal with, and that game's from, like, the 60s.
Yeah,
And they probably didn't kill it off until, like, the 90s.
right.
That's, 30 years of having to try and stop conservative Christians from thinking it was Satan worshipping.
Right. Yeah, it's just like, oh dear God, dude. Just like, why?
You laugh, but it was actually a thing that people thought.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah, it's like, oh dear Lord. Just like, why? But, I think we can... what others interesting stuff is coming out? I can't remember. On the,
Master Chief Collection.
well, yeah, the Master Chief Collection.
We don't know the
Still
date
waiting
for
on that
though.
Master
We don't know the exact date, though.
Wait on they yes.
It's supposed to be this year, though, isn't it?
I think the only thing
The
that's
release
releasing
date,
this
maybe?
year was
Is
Reach.
ODST?
Or
Oh, it was
ODS.
Reach, that's
I
right.
think, yeah, it was Reach. It's the only
Which
one
is
they're
fine.
releasing this year, which is fine. Like, that's fine.
I actually like Reach. It was one of my favorite games.
Yeah, it's not that bad. At least from what I saw. It's just I think people hated it partially because it's just not like Master Chief orientated or some shit like that.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Yeah, how dare they expand their universe?
Yeah, how dare they to expand the universe? Yeah, so it's like
It's probably the reason why people were kind of like put hate into it. But overall, I liked it myself. It wasn't the best, but I mostly like Forge World mainly because of that.
right.
And the reason why I like Reach.
But it's like, But
It's like,
with that releasing, I'll probably get it and stuff. Cause like, fuck man, get all of the Master Chief Collection. It's all like on PC and stuff. It's like hell yeah. Jump on that.
I'm getting Reach for sure.
Yeah, well, if you get Reach, you actually buy the entire Master Chief Collection, so you actually get all of the games. So.
Oh, well. Okay. Well, yeah. Kind of forgetting.
But apparently, the one good thing that came out so far this year is that I think Bannerlord finally is getting back on fucking track with shit. So hopefully we'll see Bannerlord frickin' coming out maybe next year. Jesus Christ. Frickin' Bannerlord 2 is just... Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord is just taking its goddamn time. It's like, you announced this how long ago? Like 2014! Release it.
Hey,
Well, actually, let's see
yeah,
here.
this for you, but
Yeah, I added Bannerlord when it was announced, frickin' 2016. End of 2016. It's like, oh dear lord. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. There's so much.
I get that, but at the same time, there's also people that think things aren't going to happen, but I mean, look at it this way. Kingdom Hearts is a thing that actually happened.
Yep.
yeah, that is true. It took like 12 years to make it? 12 to 14 years? I don't remember. Somewhere around that. Hell, I mean, it came out, but hell, now they're literally, like, pointing out. I don't know, they always do that at the end of every Kingdom Hearts. And they always put, like, the secret, and, oh, it's not over, but it's over. But it's like,
Right. It's
I'm like, you know what? It's,
But, I think that is enough on games.
oh, hey, Salty. Salty's in the chat.
Oh, boy. What have I come in there? Oh, no.
Don't acknowledge him. Why'd you acknowledge him? You give him power.
Oh, jeez. But, like, I think,
He's the one that literally just tells me what's coming.
right. Oh, you say that like a bad idea. I wonder why. But, one interesting thing I actually almost forgot about that came out of this year was Minecraft getting a resurgence majorly. To the point where it's actually beating Fortnite. So
I mean, the game never really died.
It
never really did die.
It's just influencers and YouTubers finally came back to it.
In a way, it's like, jeez. It's actually, hopefully gonna beat Fortnite and then, we won't have to hear about it. Yeah, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, I'd rather hear about Minecraft than Fortnite.
Yeah.
Fortnite dying now.
The only reason why I like Fortnite in one way is it keeps the kids at bay.
Yeah.
Actually, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It's like, go
But,
play.
you know, you all know
like
my
your
problem with Fortnite. It's like, oh yeah, look at this dance. It's like, oh yeah, it's a Fortnite dance. It's not a Fortnite dance.
No. Fortnite just steals dances, basically, but they're not copyrighted dances, so... Because you can't really copyright them.
Copyrighted dance.
Nope. Can't really copyright the dance. So it's like, yeah, rip.
I don't even know.
Yeah, so, what can you do? But, I think we can get off of games and talk about anime right now, if we really wanted to, or we can really talk about whatever we want at this point. We're about like an hour and frickin' 30 minutes in already. Talk about me, Salty says.
No.
No. Awesome.
So, are you guys anticipating season 4 of Hero Academia?
Yeah, I need to get back to watching that.
I think I've seen the trailer.
I think I've seen the trailer, but I haven't. I need to get back into watching Hero Academia. Shit, it's like,
You got time.
I'm so behind. Yeah, I have a 3-day weekend, but I also have to do some things.
Don't you get to do it all one weekend? Fuck.
What? There's no problem with that. I could watch it an entire day if I really wanted to.
That depends on how far you're behind you are now, doesn't it?
2 seasons.
Oh.
You've only watched the first season?
Yeah. Well, I've watched probably like half of the
I doubt you can
season.
do it in a day.
Because where I stopped was when it was like in the second season. But partially because I was watching other anime, and then I also forgot. But basically, yeah, I'll have to probably catch up with it and see how it is. But there's some rather interesting anime out already and stuff, and then also coming out. So it's like, especially with Verve, I've been watching
season
a lot of
2?
things.
No? Oh.
Rip.
I was trying to say
No Game No Life ain't getting a season 2. Yeah.
I mean, I still remember when they literally like introduced the trailer for the movie. I thought it was gonna be season 2, but then when I found out it was the movie, I'm like, oh. And I'm like, oh, so much for season 2. I'm back to disappointed again.
I really do
Still
want a
waiting on
season
that
2 for
one.
No Game No Life. It's such a good anime.
Yeah.
Such a good anime.
Yes.
It's like,
Oh, that one totally has to.
It's like,
I don't know if they
I'm
might have
wondering what the
abandoned it.
justification is for that it's not getting a second season.
yeah, right.
Like, I scolded them.
I do
So
want.
I'm gonna get a continuation.
Well, High School of Dead wasn't as... You can't compare High School of Dead to No Game No Life.
Yeah, and High School of Dead is kind
Well,
of.
I mean, I can, but I mean, like, a continuation. And everything.
Yeah, No Game No Life movie was season 2 since it technically covered an entire volume.
I just still need to see that movie.
Let's see, what we got coming up is ReZero Season 2. I believe Goblin Slayer Season 2 is a confirmed thing that's going to happen at some point.
Oh, apparently for No Game No
I
Life,
might have heard that one.
it's because someone claimed that the author to No Game No Life plagiarized their content. Apparently.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Because of course.
Yeah. But like,
sad boy hours.
Goblin Slayer getting our season would be interesting if it does.
Yep.
And then there's a lot of
I think I heard of that one that for sure is I'm gonna get a season 2.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm
Don't
not
quote me
100%
on
sure,
it,
but I think
right.
I heard it.
It's great that ReZero's getting a second
Yeah.
season, but it's just going to be a heartache.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Of course.
Oh my
When
god.
That's all I'm going to
Yeah.
say. It's just going to be a heartache.
Right.
My heart
Salty,
is not
everyone
ready
knows
for
what I'm
this.
talking about. Don't you, Salty?
Oh boy. It begins. But one anime that does have a second season out and is airing right now is it Run to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?
Tamachi?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one for sure has already the season
Probably
2
behind a few
going on for
episodes
sure.
now.
I've seen the few
I cry,
things.
yes. Yeah. And it's like, big rip, dude.
Kind of just letting some episodes stockpile so I can just marathon them.
Right. Yeah, it's actually not that bad. I'm liking it. Basically.
So here's the big debate though. Is Overlord going to get a season 3?
I think it is, but I know that they're just taking a...
It might, but I think they might just take a break from it
Didn't
because
they
they
already have
kind
two
of
seasons?
made it like straight up a continuation
There's only 2.
when they first started. Like they went just straight at it, so I'm not really sure.
I mean, there's still plenty of source materials they'll probably work with though.
Probably.
Hmm.
Let's see here.
I mean, they might just actually have that one on pause for the meantime if they actually do make a third
Yeah, there's
season.
a third
for it.
season of Overlord.
Was it wrong?
Is
Was
it?
it
Wait, was it?
No, there's 3 seasons.
Oh, wait, my
Because
bad.
in the 3rd season, he takes
I
over
remember.
Uranto. At the end.
Oh.
No, that would be technically the first season.
Okay.
That would
I
come
got
up.
confused. I can't remember.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, they have a lot of source material.
Yeah.
There's, like, I think in the volume, yeah, they ended off on the 11th. There's 13 volumes. They ended it off on the 11th for the anime.
Really, they're that far. Wow.
Yeah, they're apparently that far.
So maybe that's why they're not doing it, because they want to wait for
Yeah.
the light don't catch up.
Probably. Overlord is a good ass anime though. It is like top tier anime, for me at least. It is good. It's on my top list of favorite anime.
Go watch it right now. Or go watch it. Go watch it right now. Bring your friends and family.
But
I
yeah.
can show this anime to your grandma right now. Even though they might question it, don't worry. Just don't worry about it. It's good. Just watch it.
Yeah, it's a pretty good anime. But next season they would go from volume 12
No,
and
it's
beyond.
not.
So here's the question: is there any new anime you guys are watching that started this season?
Actually, yes.
Mm,
There are animes I am watching that started this
Uh.
season. Been watching them on Verve. There's Dr. Stone, which the entirety of the human race gets turned into stone. And then also Maho Sama Retry I've been watching,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty good. Damn it, Salty, you motherfucker!
I've watched some new premiere anime this season. It's the Mom Isekai one.
Oh yeah, I've been watching that one as well.
I watch it because it's hilarious as shit.
Yeah, it's pretty damn freaking hilarious. It's pretty funny. I like it. I did actually just watch the episode today of it. And it's pretty good. It's funny as hell. It's also heartwarming though too, in a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think I might. I don't remember that one. I think I might. It sounds familiar, but I think I might have seen something of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure I need to actually search it up again.
Yeah, it's
I'll do it later.
it's pretty funny. It's literally like apparently English translation is do you love your mom and her two overpowered swords or some shit like that. Or 2-hit multi-target attacks. That's what it is.
It's a mouthful. That's what
It's a fucking like every single freaking like English
it's easier
translation.
just to call it the nickname of the Mom
Yeah.
Isekai anime.
Yeah, basically. It's like pretty much every freaking like title for a freaking anime adaptation where it is pretty much always a mouthful. Almost. It's like crazy as
Pretty
hell.
much.
But there was I know there was what was the other one I was watching? Oh yeah, if it's for my daughter, I defeat a demon lord. That one's pretty good.
Don't talk too much about that one. It's on my list. I have to start watching it.
All I'm gonna say for the viewers is it's about basically a guy that finds a girl in the woods and he decides to pretty much adopt her. So it's
Oh my daughter again.
it's nice and
Okay.
pretty good and wholesome. Ah, God, not on the table.
Look, man, I tried to get on the chair, but it didn't work, and it threw me onto the table, alright? I tried my best.
She has movement.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, Salty, you excited for ReZero Season 2?
Bitch, you fucking bet I am.
It's gonna be great.
My heart is not
And we
ready.
can't say much because of the spoiler.
No.
Who
Yeah.
loses?
Well, it's also like we don't want the viewer itself like it's spoiled on it either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually read the manga.
Also, that demon lord and daughter thing, that thing's beautiful. I love
Yeah,
it.
it's pretty good.
It's a good one.
Mm-hmm. It's
I haven't
really
actually
good.
been watching many anime, I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I've just read the manga and I'm like, you know what? That's not interesting enough for me to watch it. That one's trash. I'm just picking mine out.
Mm-hmm. And of course, with more other recent anime that has been gaining traction is the Demon Slayer anime and stuff, where it's a brother and a sister, and the sister turns into a demon, and he becomes a demon slayer to figure out a way to basically turn her back into a human.
Kimetsu no Yaiba. You know what?
Yeah, basically, it's an interesting anime. I've been watching a little bit here and there. I haven't watched the latest
Yeah, a
episode.
lot of people want it. It's a good one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's
I haven't watched it nor ever read it because
yeah.
yeah. But I know it's good.
Yeah, there's a lot of like
So I
scenes
know.
on YouTube that are going around and stuff too.
A lot of them are getting turned into memes.
Yeah, a lot of them.
A lot of memes.
There's a lot of memes of anime and stuff though.
Not bad memes either. They're actually
Actually, not that bad.
pretty good.
Some other memes, basically. But
While I get some hair now.
basically. But
I mean, yeah, I just been periodic on because I'm too busy catching up on Critical Role
right,
most of the time.
yeah,
I've been
Which is
watching that.
understandable.
Yeah, that thing.
yeah, that thing.
You watching it?
No, not Critical Role.
No.
The other,
I'm
the
sad
other thing.
now.
I'm sad.
I'm sorry. Look, I have a lot of time, but not that much time. All right. And yet here I am watching the chat RP.
You know what? I mean, it's fair considering like one episode can last 3 to 5 hours,
Yeah, that shit's long as hell, brother.
and you have 115 episodes to go through for the first campaign.
Yeah.
Can I get a synopsis, please?
Like Big Rip Boyo.
I mean, it's not just wouldn't do it justice though.
Yeah. I understand that it's amazing.
It'd be like if I
but-
tried to, it'd be like if I tried to summarize to you the entirety of Skyrim
Oh,
and everything you can do in it.
you slay
You
evil
wouldn't-
dragons. The end.
It doesn't do it justice.
It
Yeah,
doesn't do
that's-
Stone
I know.
justice at all.
Doesn't do it justice, but that's a synopsis. Explain your video games in short sentences.
Right. Just describe your video games in one sentence. Go.
Retired god finds his son and goes out on an adventure.
Yeah.
What game is that? Anyone? Anyone?
What? Say that again, sorry?
Retired god connects with his son and goes on an adventure.
He's got one.
Easy God of War.
But
It's Tetris.
it's Tetris. Can you just imagine the Tetris playing?
Okay,
Come on,
here's
son.
a more obscure description.
Oh,
Boy
no.
with daddy issues hangs out with his uncle and goes to slay demons.
Can't remember the name of the. Yeah.
Can you guess it? Anyone? Anyone remember me
Remember the
again?
name. Fuck.
Is it a game I've played? If it's not,
No.
then we're gonna have problems. Alright, well,
You know of it though.
Shit, that's even worse.
It came out this year.
Can't remember the name.
Anyone? No?
I can't.
I have
remember
like
the
the
name.
most terrible
Can't really say
memory.
anymore without giving it away.
Fuck.
Shit, it's probably gonna slap us all in the face. Quick drop it before we can get it, Greg.
Okay, fine. I'll be a little more. The main character's name is also the name of a Fate Stay Night character. A servant.
I'll pretend like I actually paid attention to Fate Stay Night, so I'm out of this running.
It's not jogging my memory on the name.
Magnus happens to be a fan of this one as well.
I can't think of the name right now. I don't know why.
They are a Saber class servant.
Fuck! I hate it when I can't remember something.
Last one. They say Umu a lot.
Come on, Magnus, you got this. Okay,
We're looking at you. Come on, you got it.
They were a Roman emperor.
Fuck!
That you're a big fan. That Octo's a big fan of.
I just can't think of the name for some reason.
Oh, wait, okay, I got it. I'm so sorry. I'm a fucking idiot.
That's what I feel like right now.
It's DMC5.
Yeah!
That's the name.
And it was Nero was your other hint.
You just said Roman Emperor, and I'm like, oh fuck, it's Nero. It's DMC5.
Damn it.
God damn it. Now we all look like idiots.
Now it all makes sense though, doesn't it?
It does make sense. It makes almost too much sense.
Makes all of the sense. Damn it. Ah, fuck. I hate when I can't think of names, though.
Oh,
And I got it before you did, god damn it.
You motherfucker.
I only played DMC5 for like 20 minutes, dude. It's the only DMC game I ever played in my life.
Right? Fuck.
I'm not very big on the games department unless it's like,
Well,
older
says you
games.
with the shitty laptop. Shitty computer.
look, man.
Let's see if I can think of another shitty description for a game. Or obscure one in this case.
Now, boys.
oh shit.
Yeah, sure, why not? Okay, let's see here.
Wait, the great guess that game thing.
Okay, I hear it one. Now, disclaimer. There are technically two correct answers for this one.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
In a sense. You must travel the world and eventually dig straight down to find the answer. There are technically two correct answers to this.
So I'm gonna drop the first one that came to mind, Minecraft.
Yep, that's one of them.
Okay.
It's one of the other one's a game and you and I have played quite a bit, Salty.
Terraria.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only game you and I have ever played.
Extensively.
Extensively. And just you and me as well.
Yeah.
Every other time it's with everyone else. I need to play some more Terraria. I
it's
never
a
did
good
finish
game.
that run I was playing.
Good old try, yeah.
I don't think you know this, Greg, but playing on Revengeance and Death alone is kind of hard. Only kind of.
No, I'm sorry, Salty. You know, my attention's gonna be held next weekend with Iceborne coming out.
Yeah.
Basically.
Don't worry. I've gotten to hard mode after beating all the bosses.
Ooh, okay. I got another one now, and
Oh?
if you guys don't pick this up, I'm gonna be upset with y'all.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh,
An independent government branch has a secret facility that locks away spooky monsters.
SCP.
ECP.
Okay. See? If you didn't get that, I would
Is
got on my feet and bitch slapped all of you.
Foundation a government branch?
I mean, it's its own independent government in a sense.
Technically, I don't even.
Because I mean, they have operations that they do by themselves. They have their own private military.
Yeah. I guess, but like, yeah, it's an interesting. There needs to be more stuff on the SB stuff. I really do like that shit. But yeah, well.
Okay. Here's another one.
Oh boy.
Spooky tall man stalks through the woods asking for
Oh, that's
$20.
Slenderman.
Yep.
$20, really? You going with that reference?
That's the only money I have in my life.
You know what we should do?
You got
We should get we should get Keeler to stream
I'm
Slenderman.
gonna leak his doxes, bro. I'm gonna dox all of his. I'm doxing his diary. Fuck that bitch. I'm gonna nail them to trees. It's his own damn fault. Dude, I'm trying to think of skill games. Games with obscure fucking synopsis. I can't think of anything because of my small brain.
Let's see.
I got one.
Okay.
A former death row man becomes the greatest hero.
It says, make sure, this is still games, yes?
This is a game, yes. Well, technically death row. He's gonna be killed.
Wait. Is this Skyrim?
Yeah, it's Skyrim.
That's not just Skyrim, though. That's like all the Elder Scrolls.
That's the best way. That's the most obscure way you can describe it.
It's
Yeah,
basically
I know,
like all
I
the
think of one,
Elder
but I'm like,
Scrolls.
yeah, fuck you, actually, right, damn.
That's basically all of Elder Scrolls. Let me think. Okay. How about
Okay,
this? Kid from town winds up enslaving everyone and taking over the world.
Lucius.
That's one that fits that category. Winds up having imps
Is it a
help him.
game I've played? Imps?
Well, they're basically imps. This is a game that we wound up bringing up with Keeler a little ago.
But was I there?
Basically, a kid winds up in a hometown, winds up, I think he was, winds up frozen, getting found by imps, and then wind up taking over the world with the imps after he grows up. I haven't played the game in a long time, so I don't remember how he gets into the block of ice.
If you haven't played in a long time, that probably means I haven't ever played it in my life or know of it, so... Well, boys, it's up to you.
This boy wears a hoodie and you only can see his eyes glow out from the hoodie. Same thing when he wears his armor. You can only see the eyes glowing from the helmet.
Overlord.
Yep, it's Overlord.
Games.
Exactly. There was a game.
That's a game.
Overlord.
It's a game franchise. Overlord and Overlord 2.
Oh.
It's a game. When you said imps, I'm like, is that Overlord?
Yep, it's Overlord
Yeah,
and
it's
Overlord
really
2.
fucking weird.
It's a good game though. It's an obscure game.
Yeah.
It's a
the
good,
fact
but
that I know what that is.
Only
I
reason.
got you.
Alright.
I got your back, Greg. Don't worry.
Here's mine then. College graduate must battle with current events that's going on in his life as well as the sickness of his aunt.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
what
nice. I did it.
Spoilers, by the way.
Right.
Here's one I got you. A weird fucking mammal saves the world from an evil, crazy doctor scientist thing.
Crash Bandicoot?
That's indeed Crash Bandicoot. I got another one.
Okay.
Space mammal things saves the world from a crazy, crazy fucking scientist doctor thing.
Jesus Christ.
If I give you a clue, it's gonna be my only one because it'll give it away, basically, unless you're stupid. You know, time is kind of two, but you know, I'll take either one. But you gotta get both. Of them. That's a good burp. Nice one.
That's right.
Nothing comes to mind off the top of the head for me.
Alright, I got you. He has a robot companion.
Ratchet and Clank.
That's Ratchet and
Hey,
Clank.
Rich.
How about
Space
this?
mammal thing.
See, I never really played Ratchet and Clank, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, rip. That's unfortunate,
Right.
but oh well.
Um,
Technically, you saved the galaxy from a bunch of fucking things.
yeah.
I think of Jack and Daxter as well, but I'm like, wait a minute, neither of them have a robot.
The other one's a
He doesn't have
ferret.
robot. Yeah, I know. That's well, technically, it is one weird mammal space thing, but
Mm,
uh,
hmm.
here's an easy one. Dragon saves other dragons.
Spyro.
Spyro.
Yeah, it's a
Speak easy.
My boy's fire.
my boy's
See,
baby.
Shut your ass.
here's one. It's obvious if I just say the first line. Plumber.
Mario.
Yeah, see, you can't do obscure with Mario. You can't.
I got you. Weird kid from a forest goes and saves the world from another green weird guy. Oh, I just gave it away.
Yeah. Okay, I have one that's really got into the
That's
stereotype
Zelda?
all I can think of.
That's actually called Legend of Link.
Yeah.
It should be.
It should have been, but
Yeah.
Zelda shows up for like 3 whole minutes.
What the fuck does Zelda do, man? What the fuck?
She sits there look pretty. Alright, Magus, did you have one?
Yep. Let's see here.
Go for it.
So basically, 800-year-old lolly that basically is a platformer in the game.
Wait a minute, that's Hat in Time.
Yep. Hat and tie.
800-year-old lolly. Platformer? Wait a minute, it's fucking
Platformer.
Hat in Time.
It's a hat and time.
Alright, I got you the easiest one. Almost as easy as... Probably as easy as Grace, actually. You're gonna be the very best.
That's Pokemon.
No, never.
Oh, I thought it was Digimon.
Well, I mean, technically. I was gonna say, a
That was
bunch of
Yu-Gi-Oh!
fucking kids
I don't know
go
what
and
you're
catch
talking about.
dangerous monsters. But
Out in the
that's-
wilderness.
Out in the wilderness, yeah.
Okay. How about
Have it in the
Yeah.
woods?
how about you're in VR and you have to do certain jobs.
Isn't that the
Oh,
job simulator?
Job simulator.
Jealousy.
Yep. It's Job Simulator. Good old Job Simulator.
Okay, I think I got one. You receive a vision from a object telling you about to go on a grand jury to stop doing a suit of armor.
Hmm. Fuck.
I ain't gonna get it.
We probably won't, but we'll try anyway. Twilight.
It's a game, Salty.
I know. Bet they
Twilight
made a
ain't
game, though.
games. I know of.
Fan games? Fan games, sure. Official? Sure.
Okay, I will give you another hint. This game originally premiered on Nintendo Entertainment System.
Narrows it down a little bit.
What was the name? What was the name? I think I have it, but damn it, what was the name?
It probably has something to do with the alphabet if you really want some help.
What? Alphabet.
Yeah, you know, the letters in the alphabet probably help you get the name.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah.
Obscure help for obscure game.
The thing is, with the way the game is, I don't think I can give you guys letters for help.
Right.
Yeah, probably not.
I'll give you guys another minute of trying to think to even try and guess. Then I will give away the final hint.
So what?
That gives it away.
What was that again? The actual.
You receive a vision from an object telling you to go on a grand journey to stop a man in a suit of armor.
Hmm.
Oh, shit. I can't remember the name. Jesus fuck. Damn it.
The first letter of the title starts with F.
Fuck.
It is a title of 2 words. F, and then another F for the second word.
Final Fantasy?
Bingo.
Okay. Okay. I've only played 13.
The grand quest is to stop a man named Garland, who was this knight-looking dude in a suit of armor. And the object was a crystal, but if I said you receive a vision from a crystal, that would have been a giveaway.
Only for these two.
I don't know about that.
I haven't played Final Fantasy I've played is 13. Dude.
Hey, but you know what? At least you got it.
Yeah, I got it.
They over here didn't even give it a guess.
That cunt.
Oh, dear Lord.
God,
Y'all even trying?
I was trying to think of the
I
name.
knew the name, but I'm like, fuck.
I was trying to think of the name of it.
Damn it, what?
That come to mind. Fuck.
I got one. Technical
Okay.
grave robber stops people from grave robbing.
Hmm.
I mean, technically there's 2 of these. Kind of. Because you see, I just looked to my side, and I remembered that I have a bunch of fucking games right next to my table. So I'm just gonna pull these out and just...
Is it Crypto the Necro Dancer?
I don't know what the fuck that is, but I'm sorry.
Shit.
Shit.
If he did know, he would say that's a good guess.
Yeah, that's a interesting game.
Sounds like a pretty good game, I'll be honest.
Fuck.
got nothing.
Nothing either.
My brain just broke.
Okay, so I'm not too sure, but I know there's at least 4 games of this.
Huh?
I think there's a 5th one, maybe.
Can't remember the name of that one game that I'm thinking of.
The specific one I'm thinking of, the character is male. That's a specific one I was sort of thinking about. The other one's female, if you really want to take a guess at that one.
Doesn't really narrow it down.
Doesn't either.
Just remember the term grave robber. The female one won't give you any points, but you can give yourself a pat on the back.
I can't think of the name.
Probably gave a terrible fucking description of it, I'll be honest.
Hmm. Yeah, I can't think of anything.
I got nothing.
Ah, fuck it. It's Uncharted. And the female
I
one was.
don't
Tomb
really know
Raider.
the Uncharted series.
Really? That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I
No one else have another one?
forgot about Uncharted completely.
Yeah, I got another one.
I don't really.
Oh wait, no, nope, had it. Nope, it's gone.
Okay. How about this? There's two.
Oh wait, no, I remembered.
Oh, go Grace first. Before he forgets it again.
A social experience game where you enter and encounter strange occurrences sometimes.
VR chat.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't do VR chat. It's just so easy to fucking. Anything that would be said with social
I got
games.
one.
Anything
Emo
is
stalks
possible.
people in the night and kills them.
And kills them? Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, brother. I just looked in my little case of games and I saw Black Flag. I'm like, it's time. Here's insert. I've never actually played Black Flag before.
Black Flag is a good game. How about this? In this game, you can command 3 different type of armies.
Total Warhammer?
That is it.
Nope. Total Warhammer, you can play as a lot of different armies. This is a game series that had that was good until the 4th in its series. And I will say,
Oh, I think I know what it is. I can't.
Oh shit, that was a big ass lag spike. My god. So the
I honestly can't
What were
remember
you
the
guys talking
series.
in this universe, one of the armies is a harvesting fleet.
Wait, how many again?
Nope. And one of these armies needs a certain substance to survive that the said game is most renowned for.
well, like a sterilized man, I'm drawing blanks. So
I'll give you another hint.
it don't sound like a game I've played.
Most pronounced color for one army is yellow, one pronounced color is red for the other.
Wait, you said 3 armies?
3 different type of armies, 3 different type of factions.
Come on, man, you're our saving grace. You gotta get this.
And it's one expansion for the 3rd game. There is different type of sub-factions that you can play as for all three.
Time to just slip into Steam real quick and
This is one of the fundamental games for RTS you need to play. It is produced by a certain company that people hate nowadays.
I said StarCraft
Go
though.
to the hamburgers.
It's not StarCraft. The fourth version has a certain glitch in it that basically does not allow you to level up, so you cannot unlock new units. Which is why everyone hates that game. And also because it's just a pretty shitty storyline.
Oh, no, never mind.
Wait,
This game has 2 C's in it.
extra thick.
No. One of the
I'm,
games...
the only thing I can thinking of right now, the only thing I'm thinking right now is Mass Effect. Is it that one?
That's not an RTS.
Okay.
And I said RTS.
The only thing I can think of is Civilization.
That's like fourth game,
No,
but like the
doesn't have
newest
two
one
Cs
is
in it.
like sucks.
It's Command and Conquer.
Man, I don't know about no Command and Conquer.
Oh, I played Command and Conquer. I played Red
GDI is
Alert.
yellow, not as red, and the
Ain't
screen
nobody
is purple.
ever talked about no Command and Conquer. What you mean?
We were talking about Command and Conquer yesterday. Although you probably weren't around for that. It's one of the main games for RTS, though, that I really brought up.
Alright,
It's made by EA, which everyone hates.
EA is big gay right now. Hey, that rhymes.
That's a real upstreet game, though.
Alright.
Okay, it's
Here's the
okay.
hint.
Yeah.
You kill pigs.
Not the
What, and
pigs.
bacon?
How could you?
Hell yeah, brother. Alright, I got another easy one. You plant things.
Stardew?
Shit.
Okay,
It's
I
pretty
got.
obvious.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Nice.
Watchman has his entire family killed in front of him, and then is left for dead, and then go on a quest to get revenge.
Watchmen?
That's
Hmm.
that one sounds familiar.
I'm gonna give away a really obvious hint. I'll just say that. If you don't get it by that point, then y'all getting smacked.
As before,
I'm serious.
sterilized men, blanks.
Okay, he gives up.
I got
It's probably
nothing.
obvious as fuck, we're just stupid.
I got nothing that comes to mind.
What?
Look, man, I'm gonna
Okay,
have to
y'all
ask
ready
you
for
to
your
knock
super
those
obvious
tornadoes in
hint?
your room.
Yeah, whatever. Alright.
Grave Walker!
Shadow Mordor.
Okay. See? Now you understand why, if you didn't get that, I will smack the fuck out of you.
Well, I played Shadow of
myself
War,
better.
and I haven't seen Shadow of Mordor in like a long time, so it wasn't coming to mind immediately. Basically. Let me think of something here. Okay, in this game, you build ships in a sandbox, and you can also run them into each other. And watch them, the parts fly away.
Bad
I'm not gonna
shit.
get that.
Got a massive update for
I'm not gonna-
multiplayer recently.
What
I'm not
type
gonna
of
get
shit?
this one.
No Man's Sky.
What type
Don't
of
build
shit?
ships in that though. Any type of ship since it uses a
I don't know.
a block system.
The only thing
basically.
that came to mind is massive multiplayer.
Vortex block system.
Kerbal Space Program.
Doesn't use a block. Well, technically it does. I guess that fits.
Yeah.
It has space in the
That's what we're
name.
looking for.
Space engineers?
Oh.
That was literally the first thing that came up. I was like, space?
Alright,
Like,
got you.
wait, space?
This is a specific game,
Okay.
but you get it probably with the last week. Rob Banks 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Wait, say that again?
Rob Banks 2, The Electric Boogaloo.
Electric boot.
Oh,
Oh, Payday 2?
Payday 2.
Fair enough.
It's payday.
Okay. I got one. This is probably gonna be a dead giveaway if I do this. Man goes to find someone who can resurrect his dead girlfriend.
Oh, that's Shadow of the Colossus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you,
That's
thank
basically
you.
the
I'll be
plot of
here
that.
for the next 5 minutes.
Hmm.
I have got one. This one's fairly simple.
Okay.
By Planet of Ocean, then leave.
Subnautica.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got a real obscure one now. I thought of.
Oh no.
Man gets involved with cult, then must fight off his inner demons.
Can't think of the name right now. I think I know what you're.
Call of Cthulhu?
Nope.
No. Damn it.
Outlaw.
I would be surprised if you were able to guess this.
I can't think of the name. Son of a bitch.
Usually when you say that, you don't actually have an answer, so tell me the truth, damn it.
What's your guess?
I can't think of the name, so I couldn't even take a guess.
Fahrenheit Indigo Prophecy.
That's really fucking specific.
Yeah.
I've got an obscure one. I've played this quite a little bit.
That's the game I was thinking of too. Son of a. But I couldn't think of the name to it. Son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Kill robots.
Okay, what you got?
Oh, you know.
Kill robots.
Let me try that again. Hold on, sorry. Scratch that. Build robots to kill robots. To make better, stronger robots to kill even more robots.
Have you been playing this recently?
Not recently, but I played it a bit when I actually got it.
That actually
This
sounds
is
familiar.
very obscure.
What's the name of it? What was the name of it? That just sounds so familiar. Fuck.
These bosses as well. Of robots, that is. You have to kill. There's literally no other hint I can give you other than giving you its name.
Hmm.
I got nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
It's Neurovoida.
No fucking clue what that
I
is.
did a bit. Yeah, don't worry. It's a pretty good game. Pretty neat game.
I was thinking of another one. Never mind.
Okay, I got one.
There's similar features.
Two people in goth attire must save the planet from robots.
Oh,
A lot of people like one of the characters.
Cyberpunk.
It's a game that's already been out.
Jeez. You said like one of the characters, I'm like, Cyberpunk. Keanu Reeves, easy.
Nope.
Mm. Holy sh!
I'll say this: if you
Yeah, it's
guys
30.
can't guess it, you're gonna be mad at yourselves.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I can't think of the name. Thinking of something. But I can't.
Two Gothic people.
Mhm.
Wrong bits.
I can't think of anything. Ah.
The internet really loves this one character.
Can't think of anything.
Ready to be mad at yourselves?
I fold.
Yes. Okay.
Near Automata.
Fuck
Fair enough.
shit.
I'm out of here.
That was a good obscure way of saying it, though, wasn't it?
That was really obscure.
Mm-hmm. But they're dressed in goth attire, and they have to save the planet from robots.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
I got one. Oh shit! I have the game, but I can't think of the actual fucking the obscure shit. But that man's dead. Lipshade's forever dead. You'll be forever missed.
I have a game from an I have an idea for a rather obscure game. But it's getting
Okay.
remastered
Go
this
for it.
coming up. So you basically play a character that wakes up from a cryotube to an AI telling you what to do.
Halo.
Nope. I said obscure
Not
game.
wrong, though.
Not wrong. It's one game that fits that
Obscure
character.
game.
Now the entire game takes up this entire on this ship. The entire game, only on one ship.
Hmm.
It's classified as a horror FPS game.
I was gonna say some of it, that's not a remaster.
This one game's getting a remaster for it. You're the only person on this ship because the other ones were slaughtered. Or infected.
Nope.
I fold.
Got any guesses, Greg?
Nope.
System Shock.
Never played it.
I know what that is. Alright,
It's
I
getting a
think
remaster. It's a pretty good game.
Alright, here we go. Big Demon Man. That's actually small demon man with big sword goes around and kills shit. No, I actually forgot the plot of that game. I never did finish it. He goes around gaining the hearts of different powerful demons to give to another demon.
Aye.
So that demon grows more powerful.
I got nothing.
Oh.
I'll drop the biggest hint when Gray needs it.
Is this a recent game or is it an older game?
I mean,
Is it over 10 years old?
no.
Hmm.
Okay. No, it shouldn't be. Fuck, it might be. I'm terrible with dates shit. I just know that another one came out recently.
Hmm.
Need that gigantic hint now?
I think so.
He likes to ride a horse. That's the obscure way of putting it. One would
Nope.
say he's a horseman.
Wait,
Darksiders?
wait. Are you talking? Wait. Fucking. What's the series called?
One would say he's a horseman of the apocalypse.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to remember the name of the series. Fucking. Oh god, I'm actually blanking on the series name. I know what it is now. Just don't know what it's called.
I took a walk around the world to ease my troubled mind.
Yeah, that doesn't help me. I'm just thinking of the song lyrics and going through them all.
It's in the start of the song. Especially that part about the moon. It's my body on summer sands of time. I wish the
Darksiders.
world was- Exactly. The dark side of the moon. Yeah, Darksiders. I couldn't really think. I had the game. I just couldn't think of.
He's not a demon.
Okay.
Tell
I'm gonna
that
end
to
the
a
stream
chicken
though.
form, brother.
Been going for 2 hours and 30 minutes
stream?
basically.
Yeah, all we've been doing is the obscure games.
Wait, which Darksiders are you talking about specifically?
I'm talking about war. He turns into big fiery demon.
Yeah, but he's the aspect of war. He's not a demon.
He's not even a demon, he's a Nephilim.
Yeah. That's why your fans threw us so fucking off. He ain't no big demon man. Or a little demon man. He's not, they're all Nephilim.
Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream though. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream. Have a good day, have a good night, and I hope to see you next time when I stream. Have a good day, have a good night. Y'all be loved.